Hello everyone, this is Sarah from My Montana Kitchen Table, and this is where I help you build healthy habits and feed your family healthy meals and remove barriers to healthy eating for your family. And today I'm going to be showing you a very easy breakfast recipe that I like to make for my family and that they enjoy. Perhaps you already do something similar to this, but I thought I would just put it out there and let you know what I do and maybe give you a few variations on it so you can try to do it however you would like to. But we're going to be making egg cups. So I start with about a dozen eggs. It depends on how full you fill the cups, if it will take all dozen of the eggs or not. If you have a smaller family or if it's just you and a husband or something, you can obviously just make it less. It's about 1 egg per muffin tin is a general idea. So I just start with a dozen eggs and we're going to whisk them real good until they're mixed really well. Then you can add whatever you like to them. So I like to add some cheese, shredded cheese. I don't usually measure it, but if you wanted to measure, I have done half a cup before to about a dozen eggs. So I'll add some cheese and I'll whisk that real well to mix it in. And you want to add salt and pepper, except I don't see my salt and pepper. Oh, it's like they got put in the wrong spot. So salt and pepper, again, I don't measure it, I just kind of add to taste, whatever you like. If you like Tony's Creole seasoning as much as I do, you could put a little bit of Creole seasoning in your eggs. That's really tasty. Now, we have here a muffin tin, and I have deli ham. You can use turkey, you could use roast beef if you wanted to. You can use whatever kind you want. I usually have the kind of deli ham that is the smaller, real thin circle pieces, and those work great. You just put one in each hole and push it down just a little bit to give room for the egg. But today I couldn't find any of that particular kind, so I had this longer square kind, and I just cut them in half, and I hope that will work just as well. So you're just going to put one in each muffin well. Kind of so. Then I like to add chopped jalapenos to mine. Excuse me. I have pickled jalapenos, and I like to add that. Now, if your whole family likes it, you can add it right to your mixing bowl. But if it's just for you, like I do for me, I just add it in at the very end before I put it in the oven. Now, you could take seasoning blend, which are the onions, peppers, and celery that you can find in the frozen department. You could use that, and you could mix that in here. You can chop fresh mushrooms and put in, or canned. You could add little bits of bacon. You could do Swiss cheese. You can do whatever you want. The options are totally limitless. However you like an omelet, you can add that to this. Then all we're going to do after we have our ham in the muffin tin cups, we're just going to add the egg right into the top of it, kind of like that. And then after it bakes, now these aren't quite filling the cups completely because they're smaller pieces, those square ones. When you cut them in half, they're smaller than the circle pieces. So it's not quite containing all of the egg in the ham. But if you use the circle pieces, it usually does. And after you bake them, and you let them cool just a little bit, you can pull them out and you can hold them in your hand and eat them. They're a wonderful grab and go option for busy mornings. My husband actually likes to eat them cold. He prefers them cold right out of the refrigerator, and that's something that he can do real easy as he dashes off to school. He's a principal and a teacher. and he can take it with him on the go. And my kids like them. My 5-year-old not so much, but my other 2 kids love them, and they keep well in the refrigerator. This is a super easy thing to make up a big batch of them at the beginning of the week, and you'll have them for breakfast all through the week. They make a great snack as well. And these obviously would be an S fuel because of the fat from the eggs. If you didn't add any cheese to it, but you just added maybe some bacon or maybe some peppers, not onions, but peppers, you could keep it actually as a deep S. But adding cheese obviously is out of deep S guidelines, so we won't do that. But these are just an S. Bake them at 350 for about 15 to 17 minutes. They'll puff up, and then you want to, when you pull them out, they'll sink a little bit, and that's totally normal, so don't be distressed by it. And then let them cool just a little bit, pop them out of the muffin tins, and there you go. Now the muffin tin can be a little tricky to clean, so what I like to do is as soon as I take them out, put it in flat in my sink, if it will lay flat in my sink, and I just dash a little bit of dish soap over the whole thing, run hot water in it, and let it set for a little while. And then I take a scrubby or a wash rag or whatever, and just wipe out each inside container. And they're not too hard. It's not too hard to clean that way. But the key is letting it set for a little bit before you try to scrape the egg and ham off. So I hope you guys will make these. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you like to add to yours. But again, it's a great, easy breakfast option. So remember, a dozen eggs, enough ham to fill a dozen muffin tins. I'm not going to do the whole thing here for you. You saw what I was doing. And then you're going to add whatever you want here. Whisk it really well. Put your ham or your meat, whatever you're going to use, in the muffin tin. Put about 1/4 cup of egg in each one. Bake it at 350 for 15 to 17 minutes. And you have a great breakfast that everyone will love. Enjoy.